Welcome back guys to a new video. In the previous part I explained the 4 fusion composition and I talked about a couple of useful things you can use in your animations. So I recommend you to watch the first part and then come back watch this video. In this part I'm going to explain the last 3 fusion compositions of the Zelios animation, which are part 5, 6 and 7, and I'm going to talk about a trick I use that may help you with the performance when you are working on a big node tree. And before we get started guys, just a reminder, you can grab the complete project file for just $10 and I'm gonna leave the link in the description. And now let's begin. So let's start this part and let me show you first the animation. Okay, so the first thing I did here, and let me show you the modifiers. I applied our keyframe, the offset X and Y and offset Z to get the animation like this. And the blending word by word, I used the instance for it. And now for the line, if you see this line here, let me open the other viewer as well. So I draw the path like this, and to make the first point and the last point like blending like this, let me show you in this way. What did I use is use the 2 ellipses like this. Let me show you. Here's the first one and there is the second one. Okay, and when I merge it on the top of the line like this, I make the operator mask. And also if you notice in the ellipses settings, I increase the soft edge like this to make it blending. Okay, and after that I add like a glow for it, and here is the end result. So for this text animation, let me show you first something. If you notice, the first word is blending word by word and the second one is blending character by character. So the way I did is really simple. Let me show you guys and go to here on the fires. So first thing is the movement. I move it from the right to the left to match cut like this. Okay, and also use character range. And the other thing, which is the important thing, the blending. If you noticed, I use the same way to blend word by word with instance text. But here is the thing. If we go to the word opacity, so in element 6 we have here the word blending, okay? And the way I make it like this, I mean to make only the first one appearing and the second one character by character. If we go to the other modifier, let me just reset it. And character opacity, I use the character range and only doing the other one, which is this one, okay? And if you look here in the character range settings, the first character is 5, which is the first word, while the other modifier gonna only affect the first word, which is the word opacity. I just wanted to make this clear so you can understand the idea. And for the bitmap and the other glow stuff, you already know about it. I set it here let me show you. Saturation, and add it like here to the glow, so you can only make the glow to saturated world. So now for these two, this one to move the whole thing here to the left like this, okay? And the other one to zoom it out for this specific word. Let me just close this one. If we play back, we got something like this, which is gonna help us to reveal the image here. Let me show you guys. So in the image here, let me show you the word thing. Here's the PNG, and then I merge it here, okay? And this one is used to mask it, okay, and make the rounded corners. And this one to make the border here, okay? And then I use the DV to make the animation itself. And after that, this white bottom is to make the white gradient in the bottom only, which is this one, you see, to cover this part. And that's it for the image animation. So in this animation here, let me show you the animation itself. Alright, so here what I did is I took this animation from the previous part and I pasted here, okay? And then if you remember, I told you to make the card animation like this. And the previous part I used dissolve, but this time I try to do another way, which is merge this one above the card itself. So get something like this if we play back. See? So what I did is I used the transform here to make the animation like this, and this one to zoom out like that. And in the async here, if I show you, I make it a little bit like this. This one gonna be very fast, if you noticed, to make this impact. And while doing all of this, here is the image revealing and other stuff. This one thing is the card design, and some of it have its the animation. For this one here, let me show you. This is the button, the first image, second one, and the last one. And by the way, if you remember in the intro when I said there is 3 images that I will not include with the files, it was these three images. My image for the YouTube channel and Revis logo and my logo in the Discord. So I just replaced it with this three colors rectangle. And for the text, which is this one, then we go to the elements. So we have like a text here, and beneath it we have like a line. I used border fill here and just played a little bit with the extended horizontal and vertical to get something like this. So what I said, like it make the impact with this transform. This one gonna reveal like this. And now for the movement itself with the card, this one here it's like a little bit zoomed like this, and here I'm gonna zoom out like that. And also if you notice, I have like a rotation here and a little bit of shearing. Now for the text animation, so what I did here to make it like this, so I did a little bit with the size like that, and for the opacity I used just the follower like this to make the opacity character by character. And the gradient, you already know about it. Now for the second text animation, what I did is like I also use the same technique, but if you notice I have like little stars here. So if I only move the size of the text, it will be something crazy. Like let me play back this part. It will be something like this. So what I did instead is like I used normal transform and I played a little bit with the size. It will be something like this. And the text itself had a follower with the opacity. So in the animation here, it's like an animation of character by character, and the opacity is character by character as well. So we got something like this and something like this. And for the stars, it's pretty easy. So for the stars, I used like S star, transform, and duplicate, S render, and then we have this version, which is this one. And for the second one, I use a drop shadow like this to be like that. Let me just a little bit move it, and here we got something like this. And for this one, it's like for the zooming out like this. And now we're going to the next animation. Let me again join the DVE. So this one here from the moving down. Good. If you noticed, I have stopped here. This one for the first text animation, and the second one for the other text animation like this. This one I was already thinking about adding a little bit of soft white background here, but then I removed it. And then for this part here, let me show you. So we have the match cut here on this one. It's like a normal text. So here, instead of using the follower modifier to make the character by character blend, I just use a rectangle and blend a little bit with the soft edge to make the character blending like this. And for the next one, which is this one, it's just a normal word by word text animation coming from bottom to the top, and then its size become very small like this. Let me also show you. And then it match cut with this one. And the character level style is used to remove the white text of the updates word. So we got something like this. Because if you remember, I told you about it, if they are stacked above each other, we're gonna get like a weird little bit of pixels, white pixels here. So instead of all of this, I just remove it using the character level style. And the bitmap to only like below the word updates, and that's it in this part. For the background, I use Sai background, this one here. This one in the first part, which is the background, and this one here in the dark background. This part here changed from this color to the little pink like this. And now for this part here, and before I start explaining this part, I'm gonna show you the note tree for this composition. You ready, guys? Boom, here it is. But don't worry, guys, I will try to make it like easy in explaining. Okay, so let me start first with the text animation. So let's see it with something like this. So to make it like this with the line, what I did is I used the DOD expression, this one. So I used like DOD expression, domain of definition, and what helped me to do it, I watched like a couple of videos. Two of them was Peach video, and the other one was the Wambos video. So I recommend you guys to check these videos, and I won't explain the expression, to be honest. So watch the videos and hopefully it will make sense. So what I use here in the DOD to make the line like this. So we have our rectangle and just a background, and for the text animation we have a right on animation like this. And for the variable, I use like a rectangle. It's only for the last part of the animation like this. So I use like a parablur, and I mask the text, and also I mask the variable, and just like a couple of glows, and that's it for this part. And then I like rotate the whole thing using transform, and we got something like this. and that's make us move to the next animation. But before this, I want to talk about using the time speed and time stretch in your composition. So let's imagine you have like a big composition like this. Surely it will like very heavy in your PC. So what I use is like using the time speed. Like let's say I finish this part here. What I use is time speed. I open it like this and then press freeze, and that's it. You can move on now for the next animation, and the playback will be like much faster than before, because when you do freeze, this whole thing will transfer to like an image. Like for playback, you see the difference. But if we remove this one, let me disable it. You can see how it's a little bit struggling. So you see the difference. So always use this technique, which is using the time speed, or you can always use this time stretch. For me, I like to combine both of them. Like while working, I use time speed, and when I render, I use time stretch. So let's say like our animation will start from frame 0 until 26. So what I do, like put a keyframe here and put 26, and go to the other, to go to the first keyframe of the animation, which is for me is 0. And now if we play back this one, the rest of the animation will be just an image. But if we disable this one, you're gonna see like, you see it's struggling. But if we enable this one, you see how smooth it is, because this one here, it doesn't have any cache or anything. It's just like an image, you know. So always guys, use this combination, time speed and time stretcher, in your composition. And now let's go to the other animation, which is this one. So here is the second animation here. So we have our river blossom. This is for the stars, which is this one. I just like a background, duplicate it, move this one, and then we have our merge. And then this is text animation. Nothing special about it. I just moved like, we used the rectangle to make the opacity of the whole thing like this. And for the transform, I use it to make the size. And for the text opacity, I just like wanted to disable the text opacity, because I want to use the same circle here again, which is this one. So I had to like disable the opacity of the text animation. Okay. And now for the border and this stuff, which is a circle. So first I was trying a couple of things, and I took an instance, and I was like lazy to change the name again. So it's like an ellipse and the instance ellipse. Okay. So we have the first thing, which is the ellipse. And this one I used to mask this one to make the circle like this. Since we have this part here of the circle, I combined like two different colors with it. The first color, which is this one, and it has this glow transform, and I move it down with the flip. And the other one, which is the white, and I kept it like that. So we got something like this. So for the dream glow, I used like an ellipse, and then I mask it with this one here. So if we play back, we're gonna see like we have something which is like this. It will be very glow compared to the others. See? Which is this one here. So I wanted to make it like this. I use the dream glow with the settings here, and that's it. And we have this glow here to do everything. Another one. And for the transform here, I use it for rotation. I use the expression time multiply minus 2.5. The minus to make it moving from the left to the right like this, and then 2.5 to make the speed like that. And the circle opacity, I'm gonna use it later. And so until then, let's jump in the next animation. So in the animation here, we have like this one, and this is combined all beneath the combination of the circle and the text itself. So if you noticed here, we got something like this, which is the combination of the ellipse and duplicate. So what I used here is like a normal transform, applied with the center and size to move it like this. Okay, I'm gonna use also the transform again, but later. But for now, I use it like this. And until we come back here, let's go to the next animation, which is this one. Let me show you this part here. If you notice, like we have the first part here in the top left, a little bit of white background. So what I use like a duplicate like this. I use like an ellipse, duplicate it, and the bitmap to be like this. Okay, so in the top left and bottom right, we get something like that. Here it's in the floor, and here it is with the white background. So for the next animation here, for the star, I use like an AC star like this, and transform to scale it up, and then I use extrude to make it 3D like this. Let me just move this down, and then I use the fall off to make the edges like that. See how it is, like it has this colorful matching the theme of the animation. And then I just render it and use transform to list here, And for rotation, I use the rotation of the transform here and added a little bit of blur, and that's it. This is for the animation of the star. Now for the images and the card reveal. So we have the image, and then I combine it with the merge, which is has the first emoji and the other one, here it is. And for the rectangle, I used to make the image itself rounded corner, and for the merge here to add like this border, you see. And then in the animation here, if we see, let me show you. So if we like notice, this one is bigger and then it become small like this and move up. So here is the animation of it. So the first one for the size and the second one which for the position itself. So when we combine both, we get something like this. So for the text animation, guys, I use like a rectangle to make the opacity like this, and then we have the text itself, and also I use the gradient type, glow, and I just copy paste the position here, this position, but I changed its center, because if I kept it like the same one here, it would be beneath or above the image, but I wanted to make it here, like in the top. So I changed the animation itself, and that's it. Now for the emoji animation, let me show you guys first. So we have the image, and then I use transform to scale it down like this. And for the merge here, I'm gonna use it later in the animation, specifically for this part here. So for the animation, guys, I use like a transform, draw a pass, and then play it a little bit with the spline, the other stuff like this. Like the displacement, size, angle. So let me show you guys the animation. Okay, so let's stick with the first part here. So for this part here, let me show you. The whole thing here is for this part and the last part here. Okay, so I'm going to come back to it later. And after I make the animation and add specific point, which is this one, I'm going to start to show the size of the card beneath it. I used like a rectangle. I played a little bit with it to become something like this. So we start like this, and we got something like that. And in the same time, let's go up again to the circle. After the image or the card go away or go to the top, I use the circle again, the same transform, to move it up again and play with its size. So we got something like this. And also for the stars here, it's the same stars I used in I guess part 2. So I just copy and paste it again, and I modified its animation. So we get something like this. So for this text animation, guys, it's pretty easy to be honest. So let me show you. So here's the text animation itself. Okay, so if you go to text 4, and the shading here, you can see like the gradient type, and also for the movement, I use the opacity to do the last animation, the fading out, and for the movement, I use the layout center like this. And now for the other stuff here, which is the same, like it's the same emoji here, but with different position and different colors. So I use the same exact logo shapes that I used in part 2, which is the Gmail and Discord stuff, which is this one. So I have it here. First, let me show you guys the emoji and its background, which is this one. So we have this one here, which is the rabbit. Here the image. I scale it down like this. And then we have the image background, which is beneath it. So we got something like this. And if you noticed also in the drop shadow, I make the color a little bit like purple or something like this. And then I put it here. And each one of these is the same, except this 4. If you see, it's like this 4, it has the shapes I was talking about. Let me show you again, you guys. So it's like an image. Make the animation like this. Put the background beneath it, like this. And this one here, it's like for the next animation, but forget about it. And that's it for this, all of these. And for the last one, which is this one here, is the same thing as the rabbit and the others. Image, scale it down and animation, and then put the background, and that's it. Now guys, for the next animation, so let me play it back. So if you notice, we have the background beneath it is disappearing, and the shapes we used from the part 2 start to appear. So when I use the background beneath each emoji, I make it disappear in a specific point, which is this one. If you see, using the rectangle height, since it's like connected with expression, so I drop it down to 0 like this. And then what I started to do, here is a Discord. It's like the exact setup I used for the logo and the logo shape. But in this one, instead of using the duplicate, if you remember, I just used one. and here is the shape. This one here is like to position it beneath the emoji, and here is the card animation itself. So for the card animation here, what I did is like I copy paste this one, copy here and paste it here, and just like modified the animation of it to be like this. So now for the other characters, guys. So what is here like in the background here beneath it? If you notice, I have like two rectangles. This one for the sheep itself, which is this one, the background, and this one, it like I took a copy from it, but here this one is gonna mask the whole thing. Like it's gonna mask the whole thing, especially for the foreground. Like let me show you here. So if we like play a little bit with it, you see, it's gonna also like affect the image itself. So when we move like this one, it's gonna always stuck inside the background, and even if we try to move it like this, you see, it will always be inside it. It won't go out from the border. And the others are the exact same idea here, using the same technique, two rectangles, one to mask the background and one to mask the whole thing. And for the logo and the shape here, it is the exact same thing with the original character. Copy paste from here and modify this one if needed. For me, it wasn't like the same exact thing, so I didn't have to modify anything. Like let me show you the animation. Let me show again. So we get something like this. Okay, and every one of these are the same. And for one of the emojis, I found out like I don't have to make all of the transform the exact same thing, which is copy paste. Sometimes even if I put it like after the merge, which is this one, it will always work like this. But I had some issues about it, but for me, I prefer this one because it's just like copy paste and modify little things. Okay, for this part here, it's finished. which is this one. Now let me show you the logo here with the background. So I copy paste the logo from the first part of the animation. Here it is, and then merge it with the side background. And then in the transform here, it's like to make it bounce. And this one I used to make it like opacity, if you remember. And this one here is like for the background beneath it. And for this one here, it's like for the border itself. So it's something like this. And again, the animation here, if you notice, it will start something like this. Like it will be big and the center will be down. It will be like in the bottom. So when we move the animation very fast like this, I want to make this specific impact. Like it's like similar to the original video. Alright? And for the stars, I started to make it like that. And if you noticed, I fixed like the mistake I made in the part 2 when I said like you should always put an empty layer in the multi-merge. I fixed it here, and here it is the animation of the stars. And that's it for this part. Now for the last part of the whole thing, which is the zoom in and the text animation. So for the zoom in, I used like a DVE, I used like a transform. So what I did here, like I make the pivot in the exact same place of the text. So when we zoom in, we will zoom in this part. If you keep it in the middle, it will be like very, very bad. So instead, like when you try to zoom in a specific part, use the pivot. And then when the transform, make your movement, and like gonna be very good, okay? So for the text animation here, if we play it back, first thing we have a follower to make the opacity like this. Here it is. Okay, and then we have duplicated the couple of the stars, which is this one. This one is like the exact same one I got from here in the top. And then combine all of these, and then I use this transform to make it like this. And here is the thing. I found out like from Goglr, if none of you know Goglr, is a YouTuber and like one of the best guys so on Davinci as well. Lately he like made a video about text animation, and I saw also like he used the DoD expression, but this time he used it to make the pivot always in the bottom like this. And for the last thing, which is this SN, is used to move the whole thing to the up like this. And now guys, with the last part of the animation. So let's just start with the composition here. This whole thing is like the design of the card here, this card. Let me show you. Okay, so let me show you also the whole animation. So for the DVE, I use this one to move it up like this. Let me just move it from here, move it up like this, and this one to move it left, to be like that. Here is a spline of this one, and here is a spline for the displacement, and this one for the Y rotation. So now for the next animation, which is the image animation here, let me show you. So this one gonna have like a rectangle, and we're gonna mask it like this, and I'll play with its width. So we're gonna reveal it like this, and in the same time also we're gonna move it with a DVE. We'll make it rotated like this. So let me walk through how I made it. In the image here, I used this one. I believe I used it in part 5, I guess. And then I mask it with the rectangle here, and then I used the width parameter to make it like this. Okay. So after that I used transform to scale it down, and then I put the merge like this, and I use this one to make the borders like this. It will be a rounded corner. And in this one I take an instance from the rectangle, this one for the border, you know. So I played a little bit with the position and lens. And also if you noticed, I have like 2 merges separated, this one for the glow outside, because if I didn't do it like that, the glow will also be in the image inside, and I want it only to be outside. Okay, so I make it like in the background, and also I put the border itself above it, making it in the foreground. But instead of using 2 merges, actually can use one. I also noted this one here. So let's remove this one and Ctrl T to make this one in the foreground. Now we're back to the issue. So what you can do actually is like break the output of the rectangle 6 like this, connect it to the mask input, and from here just apply mask converted, and that's it. It will be also the same output. So moving now for the animation itself. So while I said like I'm gonna move with the width here, the width animation, I started to rotate the Y and also the center. So in the end we got something like this. Let me just play in the original one here. Okay, and alongside with the border movement as well, which is using the lens and position. And now for the background here. So what did I use is like using the same idea of part 4, but instead of using the ellipse, I just used like a background, make it a gradient type and linear. So it's gonna be like alpha 0, and this one have the color. So we get something like this. But I found out it's not like the exact same thing of the original one. So what I did, I duplicated like this. And then we get something like that. Okay. And then I put another one in the left side of this image here. So we get something like this in the end. So in the text animation here, let me play back it again. First we have it like this, moving up, and then it can move to the left like this. And also we have a match cut of this word and the star and the other word. Now for the star shape, I just copied from the other parts and paste it here. And for the animation of the text animation, and the first one here, let me show you, which is this one, collect the feedback. And the modifiers, we have like a forward, this is for the movement, and the character level style is just for disabling the white text for the feedback word. Okay. And then I used the bitmap technique we learned, and using the match cut technique, we started the next animation. So here we have like a normal forward here, okay? And also in the character style to disable this one. And now for this one here, I merged the star with the other word, products. And in this one, I made like animation. This one here, it's like for the movement itself, and this one for the opacity, okay? So we get something like this. And I moved like both together, the star and the text animation, using transform, okay, like this. And also for the animation of the star itself, I just like use the size and the rotation to be it like that. And finally guys, here we are with the last animation of the whole video. So in the first part here, which is this one, let me play an animation. Okay. So for the first part here, I just copy pasted from the other parts, and then for the text beneath it, for the first one here, I use this one, which is in the shading. In the first element, it's gonna be a gradient, and the other one gonna be the white text. And also for the movement, I use the layout, and that's it. We got something like this in the end. And for this one, I just like copy paste it and change the text field, and that's it. Now for the star, I used like a star, S star from here, render it. And I played with the little things, which is like the height and angle, and that's it, to make the animation like this. And I add a little bit of glow, and we ended up with something like that. And that's it guys. I hope you liked the video and the breakdown. I know my English is not the best, but I did what I can do. And yeah, I just hope you liked the video guys. And if you want to like discover each specific thing because I know I didn't reveal all the splines, because if I did this, it's gonna take a lot of time in the video. So if you want to discover it in your own, discover each node independently, you can buy the whole project, like including the images here, or the fuses or macros I use, even the fonts. You can do that and buy it for only $10. You have all the access to everything. And again, guys, this is only educational purposes. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked the breakdown. See you in the next video.